how to set up upstairs border for comp. Armory lockers. Now, the first thing you want to do is you're going to reinforce one wall. One wall in armory lockers, you're going to leave head holes on the right hand side. You're going to want to put a BP here. Now what this allows you to do is you're going to put somebody who either has an ACOG or preferably ACOG or hollow, right? This BP allows you to see when they swing or if they're on the pixel peak right here in the corner. On top of that, you can also get a nice little head peek if they come to rappel up, right? Then you want to put feed holes here, an armory desk, so if they do come in, you're able to see them and shoot them. So if they want to push up to here, so they're kind of stuck right around here in main wall. Now, let's move into lockers. We have these feed holes here. Now, it is possible for you to get wall banged, and there's a little bit of a pixel angle that Kali can get. But for the most part, this is arguably better than putting a mirror here or really anything else. If they go for a Monty plant anywhere in archives, you will be able to see them with these feed holes. Plus, they're pretty much a one-way angle. Next, you have head to hip holes. What this allows you to do is preferably somebody with an ACOG or some type of zoomed in scope. You can do the hollow as well. You will stand back here on half wall, looking all the way into offices. Right? Along with that, you can also see all of A-bomb. So if they get back wall and they push up, you take the gunfight. Next, we move into archives. You're going to want to reinforce both these walls and put feed holes here. So what this allows you to do is, one, you can get an angle into hallway. So main hallway, 90 hallway. You can get an angle into that on feed holes. You can play it even behind bomb if you wanted to. They're supposed to be a little bit lower. But this also gives you your cross and the guy playing in fountain. Now we move into fountain. Here's what you want to do here. You're going to want to reinforce this, make a hole into hallway, reinforce your left door and custom desk, left wall and custom deck. Then you're going to want to put head holes here in main hallway, looking into break room, and you're going to want to reinforce the left-hand wall. Okay? What this does is this is where you want either your Doc or your Frost, somebody with an ACOG, somebody who can take multiple gunfights. Really all you have to watch, right, is you don't got to worry about this, because we have somebody that is not only watching your head holes in armory lockers, but also has a BP on it. So you don't got to worry about anything to your right. The only thing you need to be focused on is either this window right here and break room. Now, with this, if they are pushing your break room, one, you can take a gunfight from right here. You can also swing and swing the hallway, right? You have head holes here. Now, if you need to rotate off, you do not go back through this hole unless you know it's 100% safe. You will most likely either drop the hatch or you're most likely going to play your life in security. You also have a couple angles here and whatnot. You can always ask for help and get moved out. Now, we move into offices, or taco as some people like to call them. Now, here what you're going to want to reinforce is the single wall what right here. This allows you to have a player in offices who can swing window, right? Swing double doors, and just kind of hold this, right? To make sure the guy that's playing in fountain. Where you want people positioned at is you want to have somebody in offices. Their main objective is to hold double doors, hold this hallway control, and hold single window jump in so they can't get back off this wall. The next guy you're going to have is you're going to have someone playing in fountain. What this does is it forces them to have to push out the guy in offices, or if they're trying to come up metal, well shit, now we got the guy in fountain swinging the guy in metal. So the guy who is playing inside of security room, holding off the security push, because they can't get wall, because we have the head holes there in the BP, right? Bulletproof camera. It allows them not to have to be so worried about getting swung on metal stairs. Well, the guy who's playing in offices makes sure that our guy that's playing in security room doesn't get swung from hallway. Now, the next position we're going to have, that's three guys right there, right? We got one guy security, we have one guy fountains, and we have one guy in offices. Now, we put our last guy. We have two guys left, right? We're either going to have one play archives, or we're going to have our fountain guy play offices and archives, right? And then we're going to have either a warden, somebody who can, a warden of smoke, someone play these feed holes and these head holes, right? So Wardens preferably, so if they do smoke off, you can see through it, right? You shoot them, you have a shotgun, and then you have a nitro cell as well. Our last guy is going to be either with the ACOG or most likely with the best mechanical skills is going to be playing here. They're going to be playing Armory Lockers. Now, they can play far back like this and swing like this, or they can play close up and swing right and swing left on doorway. That is the setup for this. Next, we'll go over with a bulletproof camera. What I like to have is you need the bulletproof camera on one ping on this shelf right here that looks out to here. The next thing is I like to have a Melusi right here. One, this gives our guy that's playing insecurity a little bit extra safety. So if they are pushing up or trying to swing them right here, right? Now they're stuck in a Melusi. On top of that, it also gives us time to swing on the head holes. The next little bit of utility I like, technically ability I like, is I like to have a dock. I like to have a dock in security room. The reason for that is, one, whoever your dock is going to be playing, you need to have him on, you need to have her or him, one, comfortable with the gun, two, the best mechanical skill. They're going to be playing their life in security, meaning they're going to be peeking here and here. They're going to be fighting multiple angles along with whatever utility attackers use to push them out. The next bit I like is I like to have a castle. Now, the castle I really like is I put it over here in hallway, right? Put one here, put one here. Then, he has 4, right? So that's 2. 3. And then the last one, you can kind of put it anywhere. I really like to put it down here. So right there. And then you want to put his BPs. So, you're going to put a castle here. Main hallway. You're going to put a castle here. And you're going to put another castle on single window jump in. Now, you're going to want to put a beeper here on one ping. You're going to want to put another beeper right here. Now, the castle where I like him to be playing is I really like him to be playing in Taco. One, you have a great gun, right? You have no ability or utility. You're kind of going to be playing your life here. Every position on this map generally has you playing your life, right? If need to, you have a secondary shotgun, so you can open the hatch and drop. You can also make holes underneath. But mostly you're going to be playing this double or in this single window. Your job is to make sure, one, they don't push the guy out that's in fountain, and two, they're not taking this back wall. Now the second player I like to be played here. Right now we have Melusi, Doc, Castle. The fourth one, for at least fountain, it really doesn't matter, right? You're going to want a Warden, but you really don't want Warden and fountain. This is what I would recommend. Either a Jaeger, Wamai, Valk, even a Zombie works here. A Zombie actually works great. So you have your Zombie, you have whoever's playing in fountain. It really doesn't matter this one, right? You have them playing in fountain. They're going to have good mechanical skill, right? They're going to have the ability to swing on this when the Melusi goes off, right? So they swing metal when the Melusi goes off. They have the ability to help their teammate if they need to push up and play in offices from fountain. On top of that, they have holes behind bombs. They can shoot people from behind bomb, and if they swing over here in archives, they can shoot them. The fountain player needs to stay up. The hardest position to clear, for at least for upstairs, is fountain because of where we have everyone positioned. Now, the last player, the fifth player, is going to be in Armory Lockers. Now, your Armory Lockers guy is most likely going to be your Warden. His job is to play off of archives and the head holes. Now, if you really want to, you can substitute your, because you have your castle here, right, in offices, or Taco. You have your Azami, Melusi probably, and Fountain. At least that's what I like to run, right? Because she can run off of this, and then you have your dock in here, right? So there's 3. Then you have your... Again, it really doesn't matter for this one. I like to have a Jaeger playing in archives. And you have your last guy playing Army Lockers. Most likely your Warden. Now, your archives guy can play in Armory, but he will be swinging off the head hole. So usually I like to give it to somebody with an ACOG. So Echo can work really well here. And that is all the operators and utilities and abilities you need to hold upstairs, Armory, lockers, and where they would be playing. Thank you. We're going to be talking about workshop ventilations. Considerably, or at least in my opinion, a fairly easy site to hold down if you can get it figured out. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a rotate into server. We're going to make a rotate on server room, looking into B chassis or ventilations. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put feed holes here. So you got to make them a little bit bigger. I ran out of shotgun shots, but if you're prone, you can easily see any default plant spot, and they're not really able to see you. Next thing you want to do is you want to make head holes here. This allows you not only to see the default plant spot on my 1 ping, but also you can swing window. Now, the next thing you want to do is you're going to extend into, you're going to go to workshop, you're going to extend into bathroom. You're going to want someone playing in here with a shield. Now, the reason for this is one, when you're playing, when you're playing in bathroom, right? One, you can hold all the way out into waiting room, this hallway, right? I mean, it's just, you have complete control of this entire area. You can flank anywhere, right? You have to be able to win your ones right here. Now, by placing your shield right here, you cannot be shot anywhere. They can't even see your rotate. You can also make a punch hole or even shotgun a little bit open right here. You got a angle looking all the way into default plant. The only wall we're going to reinforce, I know it looks bad, right? But the only wall you want to reinforce downstairs for ventilation's workshop is right here. Workshop window. The reason for that is if they do get bathroom window control, which they will be, easily, in tellers, you don't want them to be able to ash this open and have complete line of sight into B and A bomb. Right? You don't want that, because then you can't have your defenders that's playing down here. You can't have them anywhere. Now, this site is a complete upstairs hold. Now, these feed holes are not necessary. I like putting them here as more of ghost feed holes, right? So if they do want to jump in supply room, right? It's you know, it makes them worry. They're like, shit, there's feed holes here. Right? On top of that, you also have your guy that can be all the way back here prone and kind of cut off a couple ankles right there. Not necessary unless you have extra time. Now, we go up metal. The first thing we're going to do, right, is we're going to fully reinforce off Armory. I know last time we had this, we had one wall open. No, you want to fully reinforce it. Then, the single wall, you want to reinforce that as well. Now, I did not get around to this, but you're going to want to reinforce this. Then, archives, default, you're going to want to reinforce this. Now, you're going to want to reinforce off fountain, and you're going to want to reinforce off taco. Now, here's, and you know, if you have extra reinforcements, you can put a couple here, whatnot. Now, here's how you're going to want to play this. You're going to have feed holes, you're going to have feed holes above, right? So you're going to be looking down, you're going to be playing vertical on this. Now, you have saw, which is a common default plant in workshop, right? You have looking into light, right? So main hallway. You have that angle cut off. With these hatches open, you have full rotate capability into your site. On top of that, you have all of archives control pretty much. And what you can't see, you can see right here, and you can always make a little hole right about here. Right around here to look at the one angle you can't see, right? Now, moving into Armory. One, you have your hatch right here. You have this, which in my opinion is the best hole for B-bomb, right? You can see all the way in to rotate and behind desk. On top of that, assuming Army wall isn't open, now if Army wall is open, you can still play this angle. You're not fully extending yourself. They can't see you. Even if they're in the corner right there, they won't be able to see you. You can still play off this. If you have a smoke, you can throw, well, you know, if you're running a smoke and, you know, he's competent, you can throw one right there, right on default plant, activate it, right? That'll kill him. Nextly, if Army wall is closed, right, they didn't get it, you have a hole on half wall that looks directly at plant underneath half wall along with window, right? You have another hole here for your single doorway. Now, the only way to play this site is you have to hold vertical. If your team gets swarmed, it doesn't mean let's all run down their drop hatches. No. You either hold vertical, you play your smokes, but this requires good team communication. Your guy who's playing in bathroom, that is the most important guy right here. Whoever is going to be playing in here needs to have the communication down. Most likely, this is what I prefer, is either Frost, Ela, or Warden. Whatever you're more comfortable with. Personally, I like Frost here. One, you have your shield here, right? You have a Frost mat here. You have a secondary shotgun. You can put head holes here if you wish to, right? You can also work on making rotates in sight. You can make your own holes, right? You put another Frost mat here. And then I like the last Frost mat, which is, it's completely up to how you want to play it. I really like to put one right under here. I'll make this head holes but jumpable, and I'll put a Frost mat under that, kind of encouraging them to jump on it. Now, you're really only going to have one person in sight. Maybe one other person, but maximum one, right? Upstairs, you're going to want to smoke for upstairs, right? He's got head holes. He has the potential to be able to throw smoke canisters down on them planting. Then you're going to want a Melusi. I like to put my Melusis on one ping in main hallway. I like to put one Archives. You can also put a beeper there if you don't want to put Melusi there. You're going to always want to have one in hallway, right? So that's 2 Melusis down. And then your last 3, they can kind of be put anywhere, preferably one over here in Armory. Now, upstairs, this is very important. If Cade is not banned, you're going to bring Cade upstairs. He is going to play upstairs with you. He's going to get this wall, and he's going to get back wall. Now, where is everyone going to be playing? Because we have a Frost, we have a Smoke, we have a Melusi, we have a Cade. We have one less guy, right? You can run a Doc, you can kind of run whatever you want. Now, where's everyone going to be playing? Cade is going to be playing over here in Fountain. Now, Cade's job, again, we have these feed holes, right? He can watch Archive swing. There's going to be someone else playing as Taco, so that's one, right? We have one in Fountain, right? Your Cade's going to be playing in Fountain. He's not supposed to be aggressive. If he needs to swing to help our guy in double door, go for it, right? The last one can be Castle, but it doesn't really matter. You're going to have your Cade in here. Then, you're going to have your, most likely, Melusi playing in hallway. Again, just like upstairs, right? Your objective is not to play too aggro. You're going to be swinging this hallway with your Melusi on it. You can even put a Melusi on a single window. You're going to be swinging that. You're going to make sure they don't get this back wall. Right, so that's 2 upstairs. Now, your last 2 is going to be your Smoke and whoever else you want to play up here. Now, your Smoke has the most important role. He needs to get the intel immediately. So if there's a call out, hey, they're doing a Ventilation's default plant by shelf, right? He either needs to be able to throw his smoke, right, through this little crack, right there, boom. Now look what this smokes off. It smokes off everything, even in this little corner. Unless they were planting perfectly right here, maybe they won't get hit, all right? You're also going to have your Smoke use his canisters to deny plant or deny pushes. Now, your next guy is most likely going to be, there's going to be 2 guys in Armory. Or there's going to be 1, right? Because if wall gets opened, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can't run off that. You have to be able to play up here even if wall gets opened. That's talking to your Smoke or whatever. You got to stay calm and collected, right? So we have somebody on every angle. Okay, we have a Melusi up here. We have proxies we can throw down. At the end of the day, what utility or what operators you want to play is on you. But this is what I like to consider as the default. So, now let's talk about Workshop. So let's talk about Bathroom and Tellers. Now, what you're going to want to do here, as soon as you spawn in, right, you're going to want to make head holes here for default plant, right? You can make it jumpable if you want. Feed holes here, so you can hold it farther back. Or, you have a shield right here and you play right here. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to extend into Workshop and Server Room, okay? First thing you want to do is you want to fully reinforce off all of Server Room. All 4 reinforcements, put them back here. The next thing you're going to want to do is you want to put head holes here. All the way across Tellers, looking at these windows. Then the only reinforcement you're going to use in Bathroom Tellers is right here on Tellers wall underneath East stairs. So, the reason for this is they can't just sledge it. They either have to waste some utility, right, or they jump through here, and you'll be actually able to see them if you have an ACOG, right? So you're going to want your ACOG guy playing in Workshop. So as you can see you can deny any push just from right here, right? If they jump through there, you'll see a little bit of their head, right? If they swing this window, you see them, so on and so forth. Now, again, like we did last night, we're going to be playing mostly upstairs. So you're going to want to go upstairs, go up main. You're going to want to, you're not going to worry about armory. We're not worried about this. We don't care about this. You're going to want to reinforce off archives, right? Either one of these walls. Technically, you're not really supposed to reinforce this one. You're really only supposed to get this one right here. So, this you're not supposed to reinforce this. Do not reinforce this on ping. I messed up, and unfortunately, I've ran out of time. So, after you reinforce that, you're going to come over here, right? And you're going to fully reinforce off fountains. You're going to reinforce this wall, this wall, this wall. Now, that reinforcement that you're not supposed to use there, you know, don't lead by an example. Do the screw up first. You're going to want to put it here. So you're able to play in fountain in the corner. And the only way they're going to be able to swing you, right? Because we don't really need to hold archives. Right? We really don't. This hatch should not be open. You should not open this hatch. It should not be reinforced, but you should not open it. I'm doing this so I can kill myself. I'm going to jump down from there and hit it, right? But that's off topic. So, anyone who's pushing in from archives, right? Because you're going to have to take vertical control. You're going to have your attacker come in here. They're going to swing, right? They're going to see feet holes here, right? They're going to be, okay, what do I do here? This is going to be reinforced. So what is their options? They need to get over here to B and A bomb to be able to play that. Well, I mean, they can't open a patch here, but what does that help? Well, they go to swing it, right? They're not going to be able to shoot the guy from Taco from over here, right? They're not going to be able to shoot the guy from Taco because that was reinforced along with Taco, right? They're just going to be stuck swinging. So they're going to swing, right? They can swing this way, and they're going to have to swing this way into fountain. Well, you're going to be stuck in this. You're going to be sitting in this corner. As soon as they swing, boom, they're dead. They're gone, right? You just hit them right there. Now, you're going to have your second guy playing in Taco, right? And honestly, if you really wanted to, you don't even have to reinforce this, right? You could just use this reinforcement for this, right? So you're gonna have your second guy playing in Taco. He's gonna be he's gonna be able to drop hatch. Two, he's gonna be swinging like this, right? So he's gonna swing double door, and he's gonna swing single. Now, what I like to do personally is I like to put my reinforcement here, and I really don't like somebody like I always like someone in Taco, right? But I like to put the reinforcement here, right? And just mostly focus on the guy playing in Taco. Now, the way you're going to play this is, again, mostly you're going to have your guys in office. You're going to have two guys in office, right? You're going to have one guy with an ACOG, Giga Chadnit, or somebody who thinks they're cooking with one times, right? They're going to cut off all angles into B-bomb and A-bomb because they have the rotate here, right? Your second guy is going to be playing in server room, making sure they can't move in, right? Now, that's two of them. It doesn't really matter who you play here. You're going to need somebody. I really like a Frost here and a Smoke, but operators really don't matter. It could be anybody. Now, your other three guys, right, are going to be upstairs. So you're going to have one in Fountain, right, holding this. You're going to have your other guy set in here, right, and usually you have a roamer. So the roamer's either going to be playing Armory, blockers, right, so you have two up there, two down there, right, or he's going to be off in server, or you'll just put three guys up here. That's how you're going to be playing this. Now, for the other site on this map, there will be no strat for this. And let me explain more. Very fewly are you going to win all 4 rounds on defense on border. Now, if you get to that 4th site, you can then send me a comment and be like, I made it 4-0, right, in League. Because realistically, the only time you're ever going to need that is if you're in a League game. If you're playing ranked, it will not matter. I will not do a site setup for this map. They need to rework this, or fire whoever thought this was a semi-decent place to put a thing. So, we do not like customs inspections. That is a no-no. That's pretty much it. I mean, The operators don't really matter. It's up to your choice. And, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it was informational and it was helpful. Good luck.
Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.